What is up, everybody? Welcome to this week's episode of Any of the Move podcast. Just gonna get everything set up and we'll be ready to go. Everyone's day is going, week's going well, weekend going well, weekend going well. My phone being buggy right now. There we go. Okay. And we are live and we're not we've already been live, but now we are set. What's up, everybody? Welcome to this week's episode of Any of the Move podcast. Thank you so much for all the support to this point. I very much do appreciate it. Heads up, next week there will not be a podcast episode as I'm going to be in Chicago, still from a wedding. That's Sunday. As I'm going to my first White Sox game in Chicago, or really, well, up until this year, the Mets White Sox team I went to. Since I moved from Chicago at the end of 2011, which is crazy to say I'm making it back for the first time since then. I'm excited. I'm also going to Cubs Pirates both Thursday and Friday this week. And I'm hoping, if I remember in time, to make a vlog out of the games. Not per se a lot of the stuff outside of the games, more just the games itself. But I am hoping to make a vlog out of it, so at least I can put up something for the week and not have an empty week of no videos. Trying to think, is there anything else? No, yep, that's pretty much it. So let's dive in. So today's Immaculate Grid. Pirates, Braves, and play left field minimum of one game, and then Royals, Nationals, and 30 plus homer season. Pirates and Royals. Orioles. Pirates and Royals. Volquez fits here. Carlos Santana fits, but something tells me that's gonna be more of an obvious answer. Um, hmm. Jason Kendall may actually be a good pull because not many people probably know of his Royals year. I'm gonna go with that. Might be a higher end answer, but 5%. I will take that very much. Nationals, Pirates. Okay. Um, I'm pretty sure Elm LaRoche played for both. So I could go that. Who else fits Nationals and Pirates? Nationals and Pirates. Um. Oh, Oliver Perez. Spelled like 5 different ways. 2%. I'll take that. Braves and Royals. I could go Mike Minor here. It might not be a horrible answer, but that could also be a pretty high answer at the same time. Is there anyone else? Oh, I could go Peter Moylan, actually. 0.4%, I will take that. Nationals and Braves. Galarraga fits both, I believe. Those might be more obvious answer. Nationals, Braves. No, he didn't play for the Braves. I'm like trying to sort through possibilities. Uh oh, Adam LaRoche would. Yeah, Adam LaRoche fits here. 4%, I will take that. Okay, played left field minimum of one game for the Royals. I know he played outfield for sure. What are the chances he played left field at least a game? 0.5% rarity, so definitely worked out. Okay. Nationals played left field minimum of one game. So I'm like trying to think of like a unique, not mainly known national outfielder that would maybe have played left. Oh, I just thought of a fun one. He's more known as like a Ray. Steven Souza Jr., 1%, I will take that. Left field of one game and to have a 30 plus homer season. Um, would Andre Dawson fit? 0.3%, I will take that. Okay. So now Braves 30 plus homer season, Pirates 30 plus homer season. Braves, obvious answer is probably gonna be Barry Bonds, given like that's the name everyone thinks when they think of Barry Bonds. Or Pirates 3 homer season, or one of many names. Um Dave Parker? Any chance you would have? 9%, I will take that. And then Braves 30 plus homer season. I mean, there's Freeman, Cunha, Olsen. Mm, mm. Any chance Javi Lopez would have done it with the Braves? Yes, 30%. I will take that. Soto Rarity scored 24. Top answers: Royals Pirates 23%. Royals Chapman makes sense. Royals Braves at 18%. Jorge Soler makes sense. Royals played left field number one game at 19%. Is Alex Gordon. Nationals Pirates at 26%. Josh Bell makes sense, especially since Josh Bell's on the Nationals this year. Nationals Braves at 14% is Marquise Grissom. Nationals played left field move one game at 13% is Bryce Harper. Pirates 30 plus homer season at 19% is Willie Stargell. Braves 30 plus homer season 11% is Chipper Jones, and left field minimum of one game having 30 plus homer season at 8% is Barry Bonds. So let me switch over to daily walk-off. Which the teams going to be doing today are Cubs and Angels. Categories are top three in walks batting from 2004, top three in best walks per innings pitched in 15 plus games, 2010s top five in walks in batting, and 2010s top five walks per innings pitched. Player options: Sammy Sosa, Jason Hayward, Kyle Hendricks, Jason Hamilton, Glenn Rush, Troy Hawkins, Moses Alou, Derek Lee, Chris Bryant, Kyle Schwarber, Greg Maddux, Sean Marshall. So Sosa, Alou, and Lee are going to be 04. Schwarber, Bryant, and Hayward are going to be the 2010s. Hawkins, Rush, and Maddux. Yeah, I think I'm going to have this fully correct, if I'm not mistaken. Yep, walk-off homer. Full correct answers, and obviously these could be like order however you want, as long as you put them in the right category. Sammy Sosa, Moises Alou, Derek Lee for 2004, top three in walks. 2004, top three best walks per innings pitched, 15 plus games. Troy Hawkins, Glendon Rush, and Greg Maddux. 2010's top five in walks batting: Jason Hayward, Kyle Schwarber, Chris Bryant, and 2010's top five in best walks per innings pitched minimum of 150 plus 150 innings: Sean Marshall, Jason Hamilton, and Kyle Hendricks, who's oddly enough now an Angel, and I'm pretty sure he's not having a good season. I only looked at his stats much this year. Um, Let's see something. No, it's probably not until Wednesday night, Thursday. Let's see. Kyle Hendricks this year, 3-6 with a 5.40 ERA. Yeah, not great. Not great at all. He's just been rocky the last whole bunch of years. He had like a really good peak in 2016 and even 15 and 14, and then like still slowly started to just keep treading water, and then eventually just hit rock bottom and hasn't gone and just stayed at rock bottom the entire time. Not gone up. I'm also on the wrong team. There we go. So, player options for Angels: Jared Weaver, Sean Figgins, Ramon Ortiz, Jeff Devannon, Matt Hensley, Eric Ibar, Fernando Salas, Jared Washburn, Vlad Seed, Okay. Figgins, Guerrero, and I believe Devannon. That would be Ortiz, Hensley, and Ibar. Shoemaker, Weaver, Salas, Pujols, Pratt, Ibar. I believe this is going to be fully correct, and indeed it is. So, full correct answers for the Angels: 2004 top three in walks batting, Vlad Sr., Sean Figgins, Jeff Devannon. 2004 top three best walks per innings pitched, 15 plus games, Jared Washburn, Matt Hensley, Ramon Ortiz. 2010's top five in walks batting, Mike Trout, Eric Ibar, and Albert Pujols. And 2010's top five best walks per innings pitched, 150 plus innings pitched, Matt Schumacher, Jared Weaver, and Fernando Salas. That is it for the daily games for today. Just gonna do one thing before dive in. Okay. No, there we go. All right. Also, once again, if you missed it, no podcast episode next week because I'm going to be in Chicago. Hopefully, we'll be able to vlog from the games I go to in Chicago, and then we'll have the podcast back the following week. And so yeah, no episode next week just due to me being not at home. But yeah, but I'm excited for the Chicago trip. It should be fun, and we'll see what happens. Anyways, might as well get to the NFL news before the MLB stuff. Nick Chubb's officially has found his team for next year, and it was not officially the Cleveland Browns. Though honestly, I think once the Browns did their draft plan that they did with the running back, it was kind of that then clear he wasn't coming back. Now it's officially confirmed because he just signed a 1-year deal with the Houston Texans, which is honestly pretty good move for his part of a pretty good solid team last year, though they ran into a few hiccups, and that didn't really help them come playoff time, even though they did blow out the Chargers. But yeah, honestly, it's a pretty good move, and see how that offense looks now with Chubb. But also the other question is with how running backs usually do have on second contracts. How is he going to do on second contracts? But usually their contracts tend to be a bit longer. So who knows what we're going to get. But congrats to him on finding a new team. Sadly, it's not the Cubs. I said Cubs. Browns. But it is what it is. What can you do? Now to MLB Weekly Recap. So obviously dating back since last episode was Thursday. It's dating back to Thursday, not Tuesday. So for June 5th, Diamondbacks beat the Braves 11-10. Diamondbacks came back from down 10-0 in the ninth with 11-run ninth inning to win. Before this, they were 0-419, with down 6+ runs through 8 innings. Dodgers beat the Mets 6-5. Polar Bear Pete Alonso solo home run in the second is his 10th. His first 22 games at Dodger Stadium, second most behind Mookie Betts is 11. I think the Mets actually might have won that game. Hold on. I might be wrong. No, actually, the Mets didn't win. I don't know. I don't know why I put a mistake there. Whatever. Yankees beat the Guardians 4-0. Max Fried's 1.78 ERA is his lowest by a Yankees pitcher in his first 13 starts of the season since Phil Niekro's 1.73 in 1984. And the Cardinals beat the Royals 6-5 in 10 innings. Noah Cameron 6 innings, 0 run runs, makes him having gone 6 innings and allowed 1-0 runs in each of his first 5 career starts. The only other pitcher in MLB history to do so at least his first 5 career starts, it was Fernando Valenzuela 7 in 1981. That's it for June 5th. For June 6th, Tigers beat the Cubs 3-1. Trick Skubal strikeout swinging Seiya Suzuki in the first inning is his 100th strikeout of the season with only 7 walks, which is tied for second fewest walks at a time of 100th strikeout of the season in MLB history, behind 2016 Clayton Kershaw's 5, and tied with 2021 Liam Hendricks, 2017 Kenley Jansen, and 2010 Cliff Lee. Will Vest getting the save on his birthday makes him the 5th Tigers relief pitcher with a save on his birthday since 1969, joining July 26, 2013, Joaquin Benoit, July 1st, 2003, Jamie Walker, May 5th, 2002, Juan Acevedo, and August 17, 2001, Matt Anderson. Also, Scuba's 6 strikeouts and 0 walks marks 95 strikeouts and 3 walks in the last 11 starts, making him the first pitcher to record 90-plus strikeouts and 3 walks or less in an 11-start span in at least the last 125 seasons. Mets beat the Rockies 4-2. Ryan Ritter's leadoff triple in the 5th for the Rockies makes him the first player in Rockies history with a triple for his first career hit. Giants beat the Braves 5-4 in 10 innings. Tyler Johnson scoring on a wild pitch in the 10th inning marks 7th walk-off win for the Giants in their first 31 home games, which is tied for second most in the last 125 seasons behind 2011's 9 and tied with 2013 and 1985. That's it for June 6th. For June 7th, the Giants beat the Braves 3-2. Logan Webb, 0 walks and 10 strikeouts, marks 5 career outings with 10-plus strikeouts and 0 walks. Only other San Francisco Giant with 5+ in at least the last 125 seasons, Madison Bumgarner's 12 and Tim Lincecum's 5. He also has 3 outings with 10+ strikeouts and 0 walks this season, which is tied for the most by a San Francisco Giants pitcher in a season at least the last 125 seasons, with 2022 Carlos Rodon, 2021 Kevin Gausman, and 2012 and 2016 Madison Bumgarner. The Red Sox beat the Yankees 10-7. Garrett Crochet's 9 strikeouts marked 32 strikeouts in his last 3 starts, making him the youngest Red Sox pitcher with a 30-plus strikeouts in a 3-outing span since John Lester in 2009. He's the first Red Sox pitcher of any age with 30-plus strikeouts in a 3-outing span since Chris Sale and Eduardo Rodriguez in 2019. And Angels beat the Mariners 8-6. Cal Raleigh's 2-homer game makes him now have 26 homers before the All-Star break in 63 games played, which is tied for second most homers by primary catcher pre-All-Star break, behind 1970 Johnny Bench's 28 and 87 games played, and tied with 2000 Pudge Rodriguez in 80 games. That's it for June 7th. For June 8th, they might have messed up dates. No, actually, no, sorry. Royals beat the White Sox 7-5. Jack Caglianone 4-hit game makes him the second Kansas City Royal with a 4-hit game within the first 6 career games. He just got called up during last week. Joining September 11th, 1986, Bo Jackson. Mets beat the Rockies 13-5. Polar Bear Pete Alonso's 2-homer game is his 23rd multi-homer game of his career, which is most of Mets history, passing Darryl Strawberry's 22. Also passes David Wright's 242 career homers for second most in Mets history, only behind Darryl Strawberry's 252. Giants beat the Braves 4-3. San Francisco Giants are the fourth team with a 7-game homestand where every game was decided by one run, joining 2005 Twins, 1986 Dodgers, and 1906 Chicago Cubs. Mariners beat the Angels 3-2. George Kirby strikeout looking releaser and Hefo in the third is his 500th strikeout of his career. With only 68 walks, the only pitcher with fewer walks at the time of his 500th strikeout was Koji Uehara's 63. Next to you is Shane Bieber's 84 walks. Also, 14 strikeouts in the game is his fourth most strikeouts with 0 walks in the game in Seattle in Mariners history, behind Randy Johnson's 19 on June 24th, 1997, and 15 on June 14th, 1993, and May 10th, 1988, Mark Langston. Red Sox beat the Yankees 11-7. Red Sox 5 homers is tied for the most in a game in current Yankees games in Red Sox history, tied with May 17, 2010, and ahead of May 18, 2016, and September 7, 2013 for. Aaron Judge's 2-run homer in the first is his 27th first inning home run since start of last season, 9 more than anyone else in MLB. Also, his 2-run homer in the ninth marks his 43rd multi-homer game, which is tied for fourth most in Yankees history behind Babe Ruth's 68 and Mickey Mantle's 46, and tied with Lou Gehrig. We're tied for third most. And then that's it from June 8th. From June 9th, only one note. Diamondbacks beat the Mariners 8-4 and 11. Josh Naylor's walk-off grand slam in the third is the 11th is the third in Arizona Diamondbacks history, joining September 27, 2011, Ryan Roberts, and May 9th, 2011, Damian Miller. That's it for the notes part of this week's episode. Now for a standings update. In the AL East, Yankees in first place at 39-25, followed by the 36-30 Rays and Blue Jays, followed by the 32-36 Red Sox, followed by the 26-38 Orioles. In the AL Central, the Tigers in first place at 43-24, followed by the 35-30 Twins, followed by the 34-31 Guardians, followed by the 34-32 Royals, followed by the 22-44 White Sox. In the AL West, the Astros in first place at 36-29, followed by the 33-32 Mariners, followed by the 31-34 Angels, followed by the 31-35 Rangers, followed by the 26-42 A's. In the NL East, the Mets in first place at 42-24, followed by the 38-28 Phillies, followed by the 30-25 Nationals, followed by the 28-37 Braves, followed by the 24-40 Marlins. In the NL Central, the Cubs in first place at 40-26, followed by the 36-30 Cardinals, followed by the 35-32 Brewers, followed by the 34-33 Reds, followed by the 27-14 Pirates. And in the NL West, the Dodgers in first place at 40-27, followed by the 38-28 Giants, followed by the 37-28 Padres, followed by the 32-34 Diamondbacks, followed by the 12-53 Rockies. And then as for today's games, which none have started yet, they are all starting at least 6 o'clock Eastern. Tigers and Orioles at 6:35. Brant Herter against Cade Povich. Reds and Guardians at 6:40. Andrew Abbott against Slade Ciccone. Marlins and Pirates at 6:40. Sandy Alcantara against Mitch Keller. Nationals at Mets at 7:10. Mackenzie Gore against Griffin Canning. Cubs at Phillies at 6:45. Colin Ray against McAble. Rays at Red Sox at 7:10. Ryan Pepiot against Lucas Giolito. Rangers at Twins at 7:40. Luke Maile against Simeon Woods Richardson. Yankees and Royals at 7:40. Max Fried against Noah Cameron. Braves at Brewers at 7:40. Brian Holmes against Quinn Priester. Blue Jays and Cardinals at 7:45. Chris Bassett against Miles Michaelis. White Sox at Astros at 8:10. Shane Smith against Lance McCullers. Giants at Rockies at 8:40. Matt Harrison against Carson Palmquist. A's and Angels at 9:38. Mitch Spence against Jose Soriano. Dodgers and Padres at 9:40. Dodgers have not announced their starter against Dylan Cease. And Mariners and Diamondbacks at 9:40. Logan Evans against Brandon Pfaadt. Let's see if... No, it's not really... Yeah, I haven't said anything. And thank you so much for watching and listening. If you're new to YouTube, leave a like, hit the subscribe on the notification button so when I go live and post a video. If you're new in audio, follow the podcast, leave a review, notification button so you find my post on there. Thank you so much for watching and listening, and I will see you in the next episode, either in the next episode in 2 weeks or when I put out, or hopefully when I put out the vlog from the Chicago trip. Bye!